Alright, we have Snake Eyes for you today, showcasing some of the cool things that this deck can do post-new list. So make sure you guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. So, Diabellstar and friends. Now, this deck is still projected to be one of the best decks in the room. If you think that this deck is, some unbeatable menace, Ring, its Dimension Shifter, that card hits this deck like a truck. Now, obviously, you did see us testing an Azamina build earlier in the week. You're going to get the chance to see some of that better action for this deck at a later date, but for now, this is kind of what you're dealing with. So, triple Diabellstar and triple Wanted. They did hit the consistent side of this deck, so, you do still have the Wanteds to be able to turbo through to get the Diabellstar, but, you don't have the Azamina package for the kind of that follow-up level of protection that you would initially be wanting to see with this. So that's a pretty big thing to want to consider here. Now, you got all of your searchability there, so what about the rest of this? So we still are doing the one copy of Flame Turd Dragon. Absolutely no reason not to be playing this right now. We did think about wanting to do... there was a lot of discussion looking at wanting to test out the Fire King stuff in this. We were actually initially going to test the Fire King stuff, but we saw Lithium was talking about combo video, and we were like, oh, okay, we'll go ahead and give this a test run, and the results are pretty decent. It's just Shifter is literally your worst enemy right now. There's not really much you can do about it. We do play the one copy of the Snake Eyes for the little extension for this. And then, of course, RIP. Hey, good news, you never had to get the second ultimate. It actually happened.
Oh, yeah.
Weeks ago. Robbie, I need a second ultimate. Trust me, I need it. I was like, nah, man. And then he's like, never got the second ulti, so now cards limited to one. We did it. And then, of course, the one Pobbler as well. My only major concern about the Pobbler in this particular build is it is a brick and a half. Let me tell you, if you end up dead drawing this, you're just going to have a terrible, terrible time with this. And then, of course, we have the one oak. There is consideration to want to play the birch in here as a free fire extension. If you're doing like the more Fire King side of things, going back to having the extra extender in this, I think would necessarily help things out a lot. But for now, I kind of just want to focus on this stuff. Now, we are doing one Divine Temple. This doesn't really change at all. And 2 OSS. So, post Azamina, double OSS is kind of the nuts, actually. I like that a lot. For now, you may as well just get used to playing 2. It's also a free recycle if need be to kind of keep that pressure on your opponent, so you can kind of keep the game going in your favor. We also have triple Bonfire. My only complaint about Bonfire now is, man, past turn 1 after you've activated one of these, this card's going to feel like a dead draw a lot. That's like my only kind of sad point about this. I think this card is extremely good. It does a lot for you, and you are going to want to continue to probably maximize on this. Konami was at least nice enough to leave you with this, so, alright. Now, we do have one Lurie and triple copies of full Fiendsmith combo. Your major things to kind of consider here with this, for your full Fiendsmith combo, you have to go Necro-Equip now, mid-combo, to be able to kind of still get the big things that you need out here. That's kind of honestly it. And then, of course, the one track. Yeah, you're dedicating 5 cards into this, and like 5 in the extra deck to be able to kind of access and do the big little things that you initially need. Outside of that, yeah, hand traps. So we have triple Ash here. This is going to be pretty standard for making sure that you can detour your opponent so that they can't actually do any of the little stupid crazy things. We also have triple effect Veiler here. Let's call it what it is at this point. Veiler's the only other good hand trap, in my opinion. You want to make sure that you can slow down your opponent so that they cannot, and yeah, that's going to be pretty good. And then, of course, we have triple Nibiru, so that, you can keep going at the rate that you're going here with this, of course. We also have Bysteals in here of one Magna Hut, one Druid Swarm. The main thing that you want to play these for is extra bodies on the field so that you can keep the pressure on your opponent. Especially with the Druid Swarm being linked out, you know, you force them into that really bad position of getting the free spot removal. And also, this card's just very threatening. We are also still playing the 1-for-1. You do want to make sure you have this card. This card is very, very strong. This card steals games, for sure. We also have the 2 tack talents in here. No thrust for the time being. There is an argument to want to try out thrust again, but tack talents just kind of handles everything that you need it to. You know, the hand rip, the immediate information from your opponent. Like, this card is just genuinely good. 1 Azaroon, for, you already know what we're doing with this stupid thing. Since, you know, we now have the combo actually kind of reflecting in the way it does now, you're able to actually set this card, and now your opponent has to deal with this. Also, the bunny giving you the interruption on the opponent's spell and trap card, so you know in the Tenpai matchup, you know you can pop their field spell. Congratulations, mission accomplished. And then of course, Trimfliven and Permanence here, so that you can negate any real stupid thing your opponent's doing. All right, so that's the main deck. Honestly, there are a few little things to kind of consider. Like I said, the thrust is something. I don't recommend adjusting the bysteel numbers too much. I think those are fine. And also keep in mind, you know, we do have Lacrima, or Lacrimosa coming soon. So, you know, this deck will undergo a pretty major change. Now, for the extra deck. This is very important for combo now. You kind of have to do some reverse engineering for a lot of this, just to make sure that you can get to the pieces that you need to. Still playing the 1 Requiem here. Requiem is still going to be everything for this deck. The cool thing is now when you bring out the Fiendsmith, you're going to equip it with the Requiem, so you can actually make the Necro equip, and then you can revive now, so you can actually play the Wave King Kaiser in here. This is actually really, really important. One big thing that, you know, Snake Eyes not having access to anymore was actually Apollosa. Them losing Apo was one of the worst things that could have happened to this deck, because their inboard presence just got wiped out. So the fact that they don't have that real consistent thing going for them anymore kind of really sent them back. And then, of course, you are playing the 1 Sequence. You should be able to have enough Light Fiends down, or if you have to make the Moon Closed Sky further along the combo, you'll be able to shuffle back with Sequence, usually. And then, of course, Desiree. We're kind of forced to rely on Desiree right now as the end board piece, just to be able to get the double-sided negate for this. We're also playing the 1 copy of Anima. You need to be able to suck something up. Your little Snake Eyes guys are going to help you do that pretty easily. We also do have the 1 IP here. Being able to rev up into the SP, or, you know, use the IP to make something indestructible is actually going to be really important. The thing was, you would make the Apo indestructible previously, and you can't do that anymore. You don't have that free level of protection necessarily to afford that. Also, we are playing this, like I said, being able to pull out the Azaroon to have that spell and trap pop on your opponent is really, really important. We also have the Hida for the link climb for this. You've got to remember, you need to be able to close out the game. And especially in the mirror match here, reviving something, getting into the Promethean Princess for the free real estate, also being able to bring this down along the way. We're also playing the Access Code Talker. I think you do still need to play the Access Code Talker. You need to make sure that you can close out the game relatively easily. We're just kind of in one of those awkward positions right now that you look at the Access Code Talker and you're like, I need this as a going second piece. You know, the 5300 to be able to clear out the game is very, very important. And then the last 2 pieces of this is actually the Zelantis combo, where you make the Salamangreat and then link out into this. You have the little extra burn damage, plus you have the Promethean down as well for the Form of Interruption to get the additional pop as well. Nothing really has changed too much with this. You're still using this to kind of clear things up, reset effects. Just be careful with Zelantis, because you will lose your Lacrima, or your Sequence that's on the Desiree, and that's a big no-no. So that's what we're dealing with right now for this. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of opinions on this deck over the next couple of days, but check out our friends tradingcardmint.com down below. You have a lot of cool things that you'll be able to adjust with this, and like I said, in a month, things are going to get very interesting, to say the least, with this. You guys have a good rest of your day and stay safe out there. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.